This is the most secure shelter. Because it's built 3.3 meters underground, the ample space can accommodate more than just one person. Defensive traps have also been set up outside. Even if a wild boar passes by in the middle of the night, it won't stop the man from enjoying his time inside. As early autumn arrives in the Freljord, snowflakes are dancing wildly. Tam went out for a walk alone. On his way, he unexpectedly found a dense thicket. This is a natural barrier against wind and snow, so he decided to build his shelter right here. He quickly cleared away the scattered branches around, cleaning up, to create a relatively flat, open space. Then he could grab his shovel and start digging. Due to the sharp drop in temperature, this time, he chose to build the shelter underground. This way, it would be warm and cold resistant, and at the same time, greatly increase the shelter's safety. As he was busy working, the cold, freezing rain turned into snow, quickly blanketing the land in white. Despite this scene, Tam didn't stop. Instead, he increased his digging speed. After all, the longer he took, the harder the frozen soil would be to dig. By the time the basic pit was dug, the snow had gradually stopped. Considering the convenience of entering and exiting the shelter, Tam used wooden stakes and string to mark out the location of the entryway at one end of the pit. In the same way as before, he started digging along the markings, thanks to the melted snow moistening the soil. The entryway was dug very quickly. In no time, a stepped passageway was completed. Solving the problem of entering and exiting the shelter, he used his shovel to mark out a section on the floor. He just needed to continue digging down 20 centimeters along the marks to create a raised bed for sleeping at night. In addition to this, Tam also carved out a space for a fireplace on the inner wall. This way, no matter how harsh the wind and snow outside, the room would stay warm with the help of the fireplace. After the fireplace and chimney were fully connected, he collected some sticks from the nearby thicket. He just needed to sharpen one end of all of them, and then insert them one by one around the chimney opening to form the main frame of the external chimney. Then he wrapped it with twine, circle by circle, to secure and seal the flue pipe. Mixed it with the purified water he brought, and after stirring, he could plaster it on the outside to form the shape. After finishing, he moved the outdoor charcoal fire into the fireplace. While testing the smoke extraction, it could also quickly dry the moisture in the clay. As the interior facilities were completed one after another, it was time to start roofing. Tam secured a whole log on the ground, using a large tree nearby to create the roof frame. He drilled holes at the joints and inserted wooden pegs. After securing it firmly, he then laid logs in a row to seal the roof. With the initial roofing complete, Tam used the remaining unused wood, along with the collected hay, to give the bed a simple upgrade, thereby insulating it from the cold, damp After ground. A busy period, heavy snow suddenly fell from the sky. This forced him to pause today's construction work. The next morning came in a flash. Because it had been snowing on and off all night, he was quite cold. So the top priority today was to seal the remaining walls. Of course, the entryway also needed further upgrading. Tam drove a row of wooden stakes on both sides and used branches to weave the porch frame. The purpose of this was to prevent rain and snow from drifting into the house. Afterward, he collected more soil and fetched a bucket of river water. After mixing it evenly and forming mud balls, he filled them in one by one on the roof. This time, the clay was laid very thick. In addition to improving the insulation inside, he could also set up some defensive measures on top to protect his safety in the wild. After finishing all the protective measures on the roof, Tam found a piece of wood. He used a hand drill to make holes on one side, and then inserted 4 wooden sticks as table legs. A small, solid wood table was thus completed. As for the use of this table, you would never imagine. He carved a groove on the tabletop, with just a few strikes from a furrow rod and adding some dry firewood. it becomes a pretty good outdoor barbecue grill. While waiting for the firewood to burn into charcoal, Tam took out the ingredients he brought. He cut the potato in half and used a spoon to hollow out the middle to serve as a container. Then, he cracked a free-range egg inside, laid a slice of cheese on top, and finally wrapped it completely in tin foil. Then it could be thrown into the charcoal fire to roast slowly. After it was cooked through, he sprinkled some salt and pepper for seasoning. Tam couldn't wait to taste this delicacy. Delicious. After a full meal, it was getting dark. Taking advantage of this time, Tam made a cup of fruit tea and returned to the shelter. Leaning against the fireplace while drinking warm tea and warming himself by the fire. This little life in the wilderness is simply amazing. Once his body was a bit warmer, Tam laid out his sleeping bag for the night. Shedding the fatigue of the day, he drifted off into a sweet dream.